it's time for talk.
It's summertime, 1985. Of course, our cameras are not still all summer, even though we may be off the air. And one of the interesting things we found to do was to talk about bees. Now, I don't know if I really think that's interesting. I don't know if I really have nerve enough to go through this, but Neil Bergman, who lives in Kennett and is owner of the Delta Bee Company, has agreed to bring us out and show us some interesting things about bees. And we followed him out here to a rather isolated spot, which looks like it'd be great for bees, and they're flying all around, believe it or not. Neil, you're going to show us some interesting things today. What, for instance?
I'm going to show you how I raise queens and how I put the queens into cages to ship them to other beekeepers around the country. And
okay, now you take orders from other beekeepers. Not every beekeeper fixes, what's the term for the queens?
Raises their own.
Raises their own queens.
No, a lot of beekeepers, especially hobbyists, don't raise their own. It's easier for them to buy them from someone like myself.
Okay, so we're going to see what you sell to other people.
Here's some equipment for you to put on.
Okay, you think I need to put these coveralls on? Okay. They're not going to, these are unstingable bees.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so
they're only friendly bees.
Yeah. I'm going to be embarrassed if I can't even get these on.
I'm sure you could get them on.
You think I'll be able to? Here, I love that leg. Okay.
I know.
Okay, now this is just in case.
That's just in case to make extra sure.
What do bees not like?
They don't like quick movement, or if you're pounding on their hive, they don't really care for that.
And they don't like quick movement. What do you mean? Like running?
Like running.
You mean I can't even run?
Like that at all.
So just let them bite?
No, just...
Shoot, okay, now what else?
There's a hat you can put on. You're going to get your hair all messed. Yeah.
Okay.
Like so. And then you put on a veil, just like over your hat.
Okay. And let the hat stick through.
Right. You can pull it down, just down over your head.
Oh, okay.
Like so. And then make sure this goes around your collar.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Oops, that's caught in the back.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Now that's what I need.
Now the strings come down and go around, and they...
Cross?
No, they don't have to cross. Just come straight
down and go around.
They're a mile long.
Okay. And this is to keep the bees out from going down my neck.
Right.
Now what, are you going to wear one of these?
Right.
Okay.
I always wear one of these.
Okay, all right.
I even have one for our cameraman.
Our fearless cameraman. Really think that I'm going to get bit, don't you?
Well, I'm just making sure that...
Now, Neil, sometimes are people very allergic to bee stings?
Yeah, sometimes they're extremely allergic. Most of the time, I think they think they're allergic, but they just get a little red spot.
And that's not allergic?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right.
I'm no doctor.
Okay, how do I look? Boy, I look like I'm going to walk on the moon. Enough with his veil on, but anyway, he has. Now, Neil, what's with this? I know it burns corn cobs because I saw you put them in.
This is used for making the bees calm. You smoke them, and what they do is they go and gouge themselves with honey, and it makes them lazy, just like us after a Thanksgiving feast or something on this order.
Okay, so before you work on a hive, you always smoke
Right. I smoke them, and it keeps them calm, and an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Oh, my, I hope
so that's the main thing, that you keep them calm with this.
Cobs?
Right.
Corn cobs?
With old motor oil over it.
And it really smells
And it really smells, but it does the job.
All right, all right.
Okay, we're just keeping an eye on the bees right here. They have they're out working. You can see some of them coming in from time to time. This bee just came in with a load of pollen on its legs. They're bringing in some nectar.
Now they bring in pollen and nectar, right?
Right.
The nectar I understand, but what about the pollen? What's it used for?
The pollen they use for feeding their young and for making their food for the royal jelly for feeding queens.
Okay.
It's really essential in that. I have some that you can get it where they've trapped pollen out of hives. You can get traps that go on the bottom, and it'll take a lot of the pollen out, and it's in a fine grains.
You mean when they crawl through, it scrapes it off their leg?
Right.
Okay, now what will be done with this?
I'm going to use this. I pour this in to supplement their feed in raising queens.
Oh, I see.
To make sure there's no shortage of pollen. They have plenty of honey in these hives here, but I'm just making sure they have the pollen. You can just see them there. Sometimes I don't see any. Right here you can see there must have been a bee that was trying to come in that didn't belong to this hive, and they're letting him know that he's not wanted here.
Okay, can they recognize each other? How do they recognize what bees belong in here?
They have a scent that the queen gives off a scent, and that scent is passed throughout the hive, and any bee that comes in without that scent isn't wanted.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take and open up this hive and see how they're doing inside here.
I hope they know we're friendly.
Yes, they're really pretty friendly, considering we're probably going into a hive that's got 30,000, 40,000 bees in it.
And all of them have stingers?
And, no, the drones don't have stingers, but if you went into a city of 30,000, 40,000 people and started tearing out their living room furniture and the roof off their house, I'm sure there'd be quite a few people that would
I never thought about it like that. Right.
Pretty excited about it.
Now, how long have the bees been working in this, what do you call this?
This is a honey super right here.
Okay,
They've been working in this for about a week. I put this on.
Oh, okay.
I'll slide these frames over so I can take out one. You can see they're starting to draw out nice new wax from this year's honey.
Now, is the nice new wax white? Is this how you tell that it's new wax?
Right. Let me see if I can get one that's got a little bit more honey in it. You can see they're just bringing in nectar here.
Okay, can the camera eye see that honey down in there? Oh, yeah, looks good.
You can see it. It's still quite high in moisture. They haven't dried it down very much yet.
You mean they're going to rework that?
They'll just pass a lot of air past this, circulate air in the hive, and it'll end up taking a lot of the moisture down in it.
Okay, all right.
These are Italian bees. You can see the golden color in them. They're a little bit more gentle than the rest of the bees.
Okay, what about killer bees? Are there such things?
Well, that's what they're called. They're actually Africanized bees, and they are a bee that's more aggressive than the rest. It is moving northward, and it will be in the United States shortly.
But the term killer bee is a misnomer?
Yes. I don't like that term at all, and most people in the beekeeping industry don't like it at all.
Okay.
It's kind of sensationalized, I believe, in some of the movies.
But these are really friendly bees.
Right.
Even those that are flying right around my face, just looking right at me, are friendly. Okay.
Right. We'll take this box off and get down to... I have some queen cells in here that I put in this hive about a week ago. You can see I didn't have a frame in the hive here, and the bees are pretty quick to start to fill things in. They like to build a lot of wax if they're making a fair amount of honey. keep them calm for the cameraman's sake here.
Who has bare arms, like you do. How often do you get stung?
Working in here, normally not too often. They know me pretty well. Here's some queen cells that are ripe. They'll be hatching on Saturday. You can see there's...
Okay, now, when you say queen cells, you're talking about these little cups that... Now, you have put those in.
Right. I graft them in with a needle and put them into a queenless situation, and the bees will start to raise new queens out of these. And
okay. Now, is this what you sell?
I sell these to some beekeepers, more commercial, large-scale beekeepers.
Okay.
Use these queen cells, but I also will sell caged queens, which I take these cells and I put them into a little miniature hive, and the queen will hatch out of these, take her mating flight and come back, start laying eggs, and then I'll go in and pick her out and put her into a little box that I can mail them off to them, to other people.
Now, we're talking about a really tiny egg that you're going to be placing in there, right?
Right. You can see in some of these, I'm not sure, you probably heard about royal jelly.
Yes, what you feed an egg to make a queen.
Right.
Now,
Yes,
I'm amazed that they're going to let you just get in here and do this.
They're pretty gentle right now. You can see in the bottom of this cell, it's got a white coloring. Now that's royal jelly that they've fed this queen. She has a tremendous amount of it in here, which they need to develop a good,
Did you notice the
queen.
casual little flick to get that bee off of there? Okay.
Yeah. There are a lot of other things that are coming out of the royal jelly now, like facial creams and for.
Oh, okay. So there's quite a market for that.
Right. It's very expensive. It's hard to get, and I know if I burn myself, I use this myself.
Normally, how many queens support this hive?
One queen will support this hive, and right now, this is an active hive, but right here I have an excluder, and the queen is below this excluder. She cannot come up through here. Other bees can pass through the excluder. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. And this way, she can continue to have a good working hive and keep a good supply of bees for up in here to work on these queens.
Okay, but you would not want one of these queens to hatch out.
Right.
What would happen if one of these queens hatched out?
First of all, if one of these hatched out, they'd go right down the line and chew out the rest of these and kill all the rest of these cells here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Even with a, what do you call this top on there, a cap? What do you call it?
A wax. It's just a cell wax.
Okay. And they could immediately tell that there were even just hatched out. They could tell there were other queens coming?
Right. And the first one that comes out will immediately go and try to destroy the rest of the queen cells so that she'll be the only one in the hive.
Oh, okay.
They don't like each other. And if there are many that hatch out at the